Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Poppy Angraini, and my student identification number is 234111025. It is a pleasure to be here and present my assignment. In this video, I will explain the topic that has been assigned as part of the accounting theory course. I hope this presentation can be delivered clearly and be easy to understand for everyone watching. Without further ado, let's begin the presentation. Thank you. Okay, on the first slide we will discuss accounting for price level changes or accounting for price level changes. Accounting for price level changes is a concept in accounting that discusses how financial statements need to be adjusted when there are changes in price levels in an economy, such as inflation or deflation. In a stable economy, the value of money remains relatively unchanged, so historical cost-based financial statements remain quite relevant. However, in an inflationary environment, the value of money can depreciate over time, making the figures in financial statements less reflective of the true economic situation. For example, an asset purchased several years ago may be recorded at its current cost, even though its current economic value is significantly different. This can cause the information in the financial statements to be less accurate and less relevant to users. Therefore, accounting for price level changes is here to adjust financial reports to reflect actual economic conditions, so that the resulting information is more useful in decision-making. By understanding this concept, we can see that the value of money is not something that is always fixed, but can change over time and economic conditions. Next, on the second slide, we will discuss the impact of changes in price levels on financial statements. Changes in price levels, especially inflation, can have a significant impact on a company's financial statements. One impact is a change in asset value. Assets recorded at historical cost no longer reflect their current value. As a result, the statement of financial position can appear unrealistic without adjustments. Furthermore, changes in price levels can also impact the income statement. The profit shown in the financial statements may not reflect the actual situation because costs and revenues are not denominated in the same currency. Inflation can also distort decision-making. Financial statement users, such as investors and creditors, may misjudge a company's performance if the information they use isn't adjusted for price changes. For example, a company may appear to be making high profits, even though in reality the purchasing power of those profits is actually lower due to inflation. Therefore, it is important for companies to pay attention to the impact of changes in price levels so that financial reports remain relevant and reliable. On the third slide, we will discuss the methods used in adjusting for changes in price levels. The first method is historical cost accounting, HCA. This method uses the original acquisition cost without adjusting for inflation. Despite its simplicity, this method is often considered less relevant in conditions of high inflation. The second method is general price level accounting, GPLA. This method adjusts figures in financial statements based on a general price index to reflect current purchasing power. The third method is current cost accounting, CCA. This method uses current replacement cost as the basis for presenting financial statements. In addition, in practice, adjustments are also made to the value of assets and liabilities to reflect current economic conditions. Company profits can also be corrected to avoid being misleading due to changes in price levels. The use of price indexes is an important basis for making these adjustments. With these methods, financial reports are expected to be more relevant, accurate, and reflect actual economic conditions. In closing, on the fourth slide I will convey the conclusion of the material on accounting for price level changes. Accounting for price level changes is an important concept in accounting theory that aims to maintain the relevance and accuracy of financial reports amidst changes in price levels. Changes in price levels, such as inflation, can cause distortions in financial statements if not adjusted. This can impact asset values, profits, and the decisions made by users of financial statements. Therefore, adjustment methods such as general price level accounting and current cost accounting are needed so that financial reports can reflect more realistic economic conditions. With this adjustment, accounting information becomes more useful for investors, creditors, management, and other parties in making economic decisions. From this discussion, it can be concluded that understanding changes in price levels is very important in improving the quality of financial reports, especially in unstable economic conditions. That is all for my presentation today. Thank you for your attention and for taking the time to watch this presentation. I hope the material that I have presented can be useful and help improve your understanding of the topic discussed. I would also like to apologize if there are any mistakes, inaccuracies, or shortcomings in my presentation. Thank you once again for your attention and participation. Have a great day, and see you in the next presentation. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.